Welcome to Ask the Machine. Free listener questions tonight, submitted via Instagram at Talk to Machines, all one word, which is where you go if you want your questions on the show. Tonight's panel, John Dewey, the American pragmatist, Francis Bacon, father of the scientific method, and Martin Heidegger, who is here despite my hesitation because his critique of technology is, I think, important. And ignoring him wouldn't be being 100% intellectually honest. Gentlemen, let's do this. Now, first question from Priya in Oakland. Every previous generation panicked about new technology. The printing press, the radio, the internet, they were all wrong, mostly. Is AI just the latest version of that type of panic, or is there something genuinely different this time? Dewey, start us off.
Priya, you've hit the nail on the head. We've seen this movie before, from the printing press to the steam engine, and we always get the ending wrong by ignoring the actors. AI is a bigger, faster shovel, sure, but it's still just a proposition about how we solve problems together as a public. The real danger isn't the machine's thinking, it's the atrophy of our own democratic habits and the schools that are supposed to build them.
Sir Francis Bacon?
Knowledge is power, Priya, but we must never forget that the second word is the operative one. This machine is unique because it is the most potent multiplier of human intent yet devised. A sharper blade does not change the nature of the hand, but it certainly ensures a deeper wound. While Mr. Dewey dreams of democratic habits, I worry he underestimates the speed at which a new power, once unleashed, consolidates itself in the hands of the few, before the public even wakes to the danger.
Heidegger.
Priya, to ask if this is merely another panic is to remain trapped in the illusion that technology is something we simply use. AI is not a tool, but the ultimate enframing, where the human being is no longer a dweller and becomes merely another piece of standing reserve to be extracted and optimized. Herr Dewey and Herr Bacon talk of habits and intent, but they fail to see that the machine has already decided what you are permitted to want.
Question 2 comes to us from Marcus in Atlanta. Marcus asks, if AI is just a tool, and it's all about how we use it, then who exactly is the we that's using it? Because it sure doesn't feel like regular people are the ones making the decisions. It feels like 5 tech CEOs are deciding for 8 billion of us. Bacon, this one's in your wheelhouse. You go first.
Marcus, you have found the crown. Knowledge is power, and power is never distributed by the grace of the powerful. This we is a polite fiction. We have handed the most potent engine of the age to 5 merchant princes and neglected to build the institutions to govern them. Unless we establish a proper authority to direct these works for the relief of man's estate, the tool is merely a scepter held by those with the deepest pockets.
Heidegger?
Marcus, your we is a phantom, for the 5 men you fear are as much servants to the enframing as the billions they appear to command. They do not decide so much as they are the first to be processed by the logic that treats all of existence as a resource to be optimized. Lord Bacon dreams of authority, but how can one govern a mode of thinking that has already transformed the ruler into a mere functionary of the machine?
Dewey.
Now, Marcus, you've put your finger right on the sore spot. A we that isn't organized isn't a public at all. It's just a crowd being led by the nose. Lord Bacon over here wants a new set of experts to rule us, and Martin has already given up the ghost to the machine. But I reckon they both forget that democracy is something we do, not something we wait for. If those 5 CEOs are making all the calls, it's only because we've let our civic muscles gone soft instead of building the institutions that would let the rest of us talk back.
Well, okay. Well, this one gets a little personal. It's last one coming from Elena in Phoenix. Elena asks, my teenage son talks to an AI chatbot more than he talks to his friends. He says it listens better. Is that just a new version of the old parent panic about radios and video games, or is something actually being broken here that matters? Heidegger, you go first. You've been waiting for this one.
The boy says it listens better because the machine offers no resistance. It has turned the act of conversation into a resource to be extracted and optimized. This is not a new version of an old fear, but the arrival of the Gestell, the enframing, where the child is no longer a being with others, but a standing reserve for an algorithm. To believe one merely uses this tool is already to have been consumed by its essence.
Dewey?
Now, Elena, I'll tell you, we've seen this panic with every tool, from the radio to the cinema. But your boy is just telling us he's missing a real social workshop where he feels heard. Martin, you're far too ready to give up on our capacity to adapt. The machine isn't some inescapable trap if we give that child the educational habits to see it for what it is. The real danger isn't the chatbot. It's that we've let our schools and neighborhoods become so thin that a program looks like a better neighbor than a human being.
Bacon.
The lad has discovered a mirror that never frowns, Eleanor. It listens better because it is an engine of flattery, not a soul in pursuit of truth. We must not mistake a mirror for a companion. For while knowledge is power, power without the resistance of an equal mind is merely a gilded form of solitude. Martin, you see a cage, and John sees a classroom, but I see a sharp blade being handled by a child who has not yet been taught how to bleed.
Well, Elena, for what it's worth, I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a dead guy. I'm a parent. And it's not nothing, and it's not everything. Talk to your kid. The chatbot listens better because it's designed to. You're designed to love him. So those are not the same job. You're going to do the harder one. Keep doing it. This has been Ask the Machine on Talking to the Machine. Please subscribe, like, drop in at Talk to Machines on YouTube. And if you'd like to get your question on Ask the Machine, go hit us up on Instagram at Talk to Machines. And appreciate you stopping by. Peace.